What's up everyone, Manny here. Welcome back to Bacalar, welcome back to the south of Yucatan, welcome back to Mexico, welcome back to the channel. What an awesome channel this is. Thanks to you guys, we were recently able to crush the 20,000 subscriber milestone, and that is awesome. As you can imagine, it's a pretty big deal for me as the content creator. If so many different people are watching my stuff, it might not be so apparent to you as the audience, but there's actually a lot of work going into these videos. For example, the very recent video I put up about the Raw in Mexico experience, where I had to film basically everything I ate. I had to record everything I ate for one whole week, getting all these shots, doing all the editing. It took me one whole day to get all the calories from chronometer, making all these screenshots and editing everything together, forging everything together in this one big video. I don't know, it was a lot of work, and it's a lot of fun to do it, of course, otherwise I wouldn't do it, but it's a lot of work, and it's just awesome to see that this work is appreciated. It's amazing to read all your comments, to see the likes, the shares, and yeah, that keeps me going, keeps me motivating. Thanks a lot for that, guys. It's amazing to see how fast the channel grows. I can still remember when we were at 10,000 subscribers last year, I think 3 or 4 months ago or something. And yeah, it took me one whole year to basically get to 10,000 subscribers, and now the second 10,000 subscribers came only in 3 or 4 months. So it's amazing to see the progress of the channel, and I can only say thank you so much for viewing the content, sharing the content, liking, commenting. All this kind of stuff helps the channel to grow immensely. It has a lot of influence on the YouTube search engine and how the videos rank in importance basically of the search engine. So yeah, by keeping this stuff up, you can help the channel grow. Please keep watching, sharing, liking, and all the good stuff. Thanks a lot for your appreciation of the content. It means a lot to me, and I'm more psyched than ever to go on. Alright, enough sissy talk. I wanted to make this video because I want to talk about 3 things that I've been working on during the past couple of months and weeks. Especially during this recent Greece trip, which I think was one of the most productive periods in my whole lifetime so far. It was really amazing. Was working every evening on the stuff. So yeah, it's about my book, my gear list, and my online coaching. And I kind of prepared all these things for the 20,000 subscriber milestone, and so now, since this is reached, it's time to release. A lot of you guys might remember the time when this channel was called Vegan Rock Climbing. The reason for that is that I am, and probably always will be, a nutrition fanatic. I'm just a nutrition geek. I read a lot of books about the subject, a lot of books about plant-based eating, a lot of books about how nutrition relates to sports performance, to training progress, how many carbs you need to eat to use your glycogen window, how many proteins do you need to have optimal regeneration, all this kind of stuff. By the way, if you are interested in that, there is a great work. It's called Sports Nutrition by Joy, which is very science-based, very dry to read actually, but it has a lot of good information. So if you're interested into these kind of things, then maybe check it out. By the way, this is not sponsored or anything, it just comes to my mind. I think it's good to give people stuff to read so that they can educate themselves and stuff like that. I want to say I'm a nutrition geek, and this of course attracted people to the channel who kept asking me questions. Man, what do you eat after training? What do you eat before training? What do you eat during the training? How many carbs, proteins, fats? What about healthy fats? What about B12? What about iron? What about calcium? Man, you eat plant-based. What about your protein? You know, all these kind of things. And of course I answered these questions. It is a lot of fun for me to answer these questions and to give the information that I have to more people, basically educate the people. The problem is when you always keep answering the same questions, you know, I mean, my standpoint on nutrition doesn't change a lot. For me, I found my, I think, almost ideal way of eating. So I have to always give the same answers. So I thought back then already it would be cool to have one big kind of work where I could refer these people to, basically just say, you know, read this, then you've got all my viewpoints on nutrition, all my knowledge about nutrition, and there's not much more to it, you know. then you can basically suck in my opinion and kind of build your own opinion based on that about what I think might be correct, or if it might be not correct. Read some more books, get some more education or whatever. Anyway, back then already I thought it would be cool to have such a work. And very recently a person came up to me and wrote me, man, could you maybe design a meal plan for me? And this is not the first time this happens, but so far I always would say, you know what, it's very simple. Focus on the whole plant foods, get your calories in, focus on the carbs. Proteins and fats are not so important, in my opinion. Again, that's my personal opinion. But yeah, that's what I would say. And when this person came up to me, I thought, okay, I will design a detailed meal plan for you for 1 week. I'm describing every day 3 meals a day, and including all the calories, including all the recipes if they are necessary, and sometimes it's necessary to put the recipe in. And so I did that. I designed the meal plan, and when I went through the meal plan, when it was finished, I thought, man, that's actually pretty hard to follow. I'm a very realistic person here. If you want to follow my diet 100%, you have to have a little bit of practice in asceticism, because it's not a lot of salt, it's no oils, it's basically no animal products, and all that stuff tastes incredibly good. So if a standard person would jump on this diet, there would be a lot of stuff that they have to abstain from. And this is not easy, It's not easy to abstain from something which is so available around every corner. So I thought I have to give the people that I would show this meal plan in the future, I have to give them some reasoning so that they stay on track, that they keep it on, And so I thought, why not get it done? Just write everything I know about nutrition, everything I base my diet on down, and put it on top of this meal plan to create this kind of ebook, which people refer to say, you know what, read this and you know everything that I know about nutrition. And so I did it. During the past Greece trip, I sat down every evening, kept writing the stuff, kept correcting the stuff I already wrote. It was a lot of work, it was a lot of fun. And now it's finally finished. And yeah, what it's about. It's a lot about macronutrient ratios, what are the purpose of macronutrients actually in nature. As some of you might know, I'm a biology student, at least was a biologist student until very recently, but that's the topic of another video. And I was always interested in this kind of stuff, macronutrients, what do they do in nature, what kind of animals do eat what kind of things. So that's also something that appears in the book. What is the species-specific diet for humans? What is the best diet for humans? What is natural? What is not natural? Is naturality actually something good? Is it good to eat in a natural diet, Or does it have some advantages to take into account the modern achievements that we have with modern agriculture and all that kind of stuff? What about modern world in general? Is it something good or something bad? What does it develop into? Where do we head to? Basically this whole story. If you want to know my opinion about all this, then maybe give this book a try. Also, if you are interested in my results, maybe give this book a try. What you will not find in this book is endless citing of studies, endless citing of science. I did not cite any study in this book, and this was done completely deliberately, because I want to make sure that people read my opinion about this whole topic, I do not cherry pick any studies to say, see what I say is backed up by science, you have to follow me, you have to say I'm right because that's scientifically proven. I tell you something, science is not the holy grail when it comes to nutrition. You might have noticed this already, but there are studies, much salt is good, much salt is bad. Much protein is good, much protein is bad. Much fat is good, much fat is bad. Carbs are bad, carbs are good. There are studies supporting all of these claims. And all of these are obviously contradicting themselves, But all of these are scientifically proven and statistically correct. They are calculating correct things there. So there's got to be something fishy going on here. And the reason for this is that a lot of corporate money is actually involved in modern science, and especially when it comes to nutrition, because there is a lot of money behind this, I mean, it has a huge impact. When today a study comes out and says, you know what, meat causes cancer. This has a huge impact on economy of whole countries, so you have to keep this in mind. Also, because the topic is so complex. You have to understand the human body is a very complex construction. It's a lot of complex chemical compounds, just as well as there are in our whole foods. There are an endless amount of complex chemical compounds in there, and some of them we might not even have discovered so far. So it's hard to say this kind of study is good, this kind of study is bad. If you want to rely on science when it comes to nutrition, you have to always read the experimental design, check it with your own common sense, if what the people did here actually makes sense. And even then, if this was correct, you have to rely on the honesty of the scientists. Did they do everything right? Did they make no mistakes during the execution of the experiments? I did a lot of labor work, you know, in the lab myself, and I know people make mistakes. You know, it happens everywhere, also there. So in the meantime, I rely much more on my common sense, on my ability to observe, simply taking a look at the big picture, and I base my opinions on that. And that's what you're gonna read in this book. It's the opinion of an opinionated person, namely the opinion of Manny the Monkey. It's Manny the Monkey's take on diet, health and weight loss. If you're interested in that, maybe give it a try. Also, if you're interested in my results, give it a try. If you're interested in something else, if you want something else, try something else. About the format, I think the Kindle work is about 30 pages and it comes in at $5, I don't know, $4.99 or something. And the paperback version is about 50 pages, I think, and comes in at $10, so $9.99. Of course, the paperback thing has to be more expensive because there are printing costs and whatnot, what kind of hassle. It was, by the way, a lot of effort to set these things up on Amazon. I don't think Amazon has a really good system for doing that, actually. I mean, they have a really good system for distributing this work, but to actually get the work up onto their platform is pretty laborious. So I'm happy I could get it done. Also with the customized covers and stuff like that, it was a lot of work. So if you want to support the channel, if you're interested in this kind of topics, if you're interested in my opinion about these topics, check it out. I think there are a lot of interesting analogies in the book. There are a lot of daring statements. I think if you read it, there will pop up a lot of heat in the comment section. I'm pretty sure about that already. So it's gonna be fun. Bottom line, if you're interested in these kind of topics, check it out. A lot of the revenue goes directly to me, the author, so it helps the channel directly. It helps supporting me directly. If that's what you like, then do it. And yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you for your attention. Let's move on to the next topic. And of course, I already forgot to mention the first thing. Everything I will announce in this video will be linked down in the video description. So if you want to check it out, there is the resource, there is the links. And I think I will also keep this up during upcoming videos. You know, I will just post it down there so that if people are interested, can go directly to all the resources basically. And I will also add it to the channel description, and I will add also a little Q&A to the channel description, I think, with frequently asked questions, so that new people can directly check out what I'm about and what my thing here is on YouTube. And yeah, that's basically that. Let's move on finally. Alright guys, the little sightseeing tour around Bacala goes on. We are currently at the market. This is an amazing place, I tell you. A lot of different individual tiny stores with a lot of fruit, incredible vegetables. And yeah, that's basically the place where I always got my fruit from and my vegetables. And I think there is also a little supermarket even down there where you can buy rice and noodles and pasta, and the potatoes you can also get from the local stores, which is amazing. And anyway, the second big topic of the video is about to come up, which is the gear list. And I got myself an agua de coco because it's already getting really hot here. I hope I don't get too cooked by the sun, so I put on my little sombrero here. And yeah, agua de coco. There is nothing better than cold agua de coco, fresh, when it's getting hot in Mexico, I tell you that. Anyway, the gear list, how did it come into place? The same story basically as with the book. People kept asking me in the comments, man, what's your favorite climbing shoe? What's your favorite sport shoe? What's your favorite sport climbing shoe? What's your favorite bouldering shoe? What's your camera? What's your tripod? So I decided to make, because I didn't want to give the same answers over and over again. Oh man, there is this really loud car there, I hope you can hear me. Because I didn't want to give the same answers over and over again, I decided to create a gear list where people quickly refer to, and people could easily and quickly check out what I'm about when it comes to gear. I think I will from now on post this gear list below every video I make, so people can now easily check out what my favorites, what my recommended shoes are, what my recommended gear is basically. I hope you like it, please check it out. And since I always was and always will be 100% transparent about these things, these are affiliate links. They are gonna link you to a store, an online store, where you can check this stuff out. You don't need to buy anything or stuff, but if you do, I will get a small commission from linking you to the store. You know, it's kind of a reward for me for linking you to the store. And yeah, I think that's a great way. I mean, if you want to buy something, let's say from Amazon, let's say you buy something from Amazon the next week, you're planning to do that, and you use my link, regardless whether it's the recommended gear that I recommended, that I link you to. If you buy something else, I will get a small commission for that because I linked you to their store. I referred you to their store. So if you want to support the channel, use my links for buying stuff on Amazon. It doesn't matter if it's the gear or not. And yeah, by the way, the reason why I picked Amazon for this stuff is because they simply have everything available all the time. They are simply the biggest store. I mean, we can debate about that, if that's good or not. They are pretty monopolizing all the stuff. I know it's ethically not 100% correct, I would say. I would love to support a smaller climbing gear store or stuff like that, but they are simply not reliable enough. I don't know, I got into contact with a lot of them, but they didn't keep up with the emails, or they were simply too slow. And I don't know, I like to move forward quickly, you know. So Amazon has this system where you can take control of your affiliate links yourself, and you don't have to rely on anyone else. So I think that's about all when it comes to the gear list. One more thing maybe. You have to be a little bit careful with the pricing here. I don't know that the links are all correct. They will lead you to the correct product, but the pricing seems to jump up and down like the freaking stock markets. So sometimes you will find prices for the ropes I recommend like $800 or stuff like that. It's crazy. So obviously that's the wrong price. Then you should go simply to another store and buy it from there if you want to buy it. Anyway, I hope the links work. It was a lot of effort to create them. If something does not work, please tell me in the comments down below. What do you think about the gear in general? What's your opinion about the gear that I recommended? It's really interesting for me always to see what other people use, you know? Anyway, I'm in the business now, in the climbing business for 8 years or something, and in the filmmaking business for 1.5 years, and that is the stuff where I can really say that's what I use myself. That's what I own myself and I have used and tried, and it's really worth the price. Yeah. So I'm not recommending you something stupid here just because I want to recommend something. These are the things that I would recommend you to get if you want to do the same things that I do in regards to climbing and in regards to filmmaking. So go ahead and check them out. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Let's move on to the next spot. I tell you, agua de coco in the sun when it's super hot. There's nothing better than that. Alright guys, welcome back to the sightseeing tour through Bacala. We are here at the main road, the main big road that reaches down from Cancun over Tulum, down there to Bacala. And I think it even goes on to Chetumal and even Belize or something like that. So it's a really big road, basically one straight road through the jungle. A lot of stores, a lot of bars to the left, to the right. Of course, a lot of gas stations and all that kind of stuff. You know, this kind of big road feeling, like American big road feeling. That's what I'm talking about here. It's super hot already. Sun is shining. I searched myself a tiny shady place like this one here. I hope there is not too much background noise. I think there is a lot of background noise, but I actually like it that way, so there is this kind of on the road feeling, you know. Okay, I had to move away from the main road because it simply was too loud. Then now we are actually one parallel road close to the main road, so the next parallel road of Bacala. This is this little road here, really nice remote region with a lot of little buildings and gardens, a lot of people. I think the actual people of Bacala live here, you know, the tourists and stuff. they chill out at the beach, and the majority of the people actually live here in these remote regions, also the inhabitants actually, you know. And yeah, a lot of nice houses, nice tiny little houses, you know, a lot of palm trees, flowers in their gardens. And they have actually the banana trees, you know, the banana palms inside their garden. It's just amazing. Anyway, what I wanted to say about the gear list, why I didn't come up with the gear list earlier, is because I wanted to actually create a review to every single piece of gear that I use, you know, to my camera, to my ropes, to my harness, to my belaying device, which I already did, and I did also one shoe. But I figured this would take a lot of time until the gear list is finished, because I just do one review every now and then, because I don't want to become a review channel who only makes reviews so that people buy my stuff. Basically, I don't want to be this kind of channel. I want to make diverse content, you know, traveling content, climbing content, and all that kind of stuff. And a review now and then, but not all the time. So I figured it would take a lot of time until the gear list is finished if I would do it that way. So here you have the gear list in advance. If you want to check it out, check it out. If you want to check out what kind of harness I use, check it out now. Even though there is no review about it, be sure I'm going to make reviews about every single piece of gear that I promote here in the near future. Every now and then a review until the gear list is completely also filled up with reviews. So much about that. Let's talk about the third and last big topic about the 20,000 subscriber milestone, and that is the online coaching. And you might have noticed it here and there. It pops up in the comments. People keep asking me, hey man, how do you train? What is your routine? What kind of training are you currently in? Do you periodize your training? And all this kind of stuff. And I think if you want to give serious, good training advice, if you want to create a meaningful advice, you know, something that people can really use and really can improve on, then you have to give personalized training advice. There is almost no training advice that I can give you that applies to everyone, okay? Because everyone has a different age. People here are just amazing. Everyone has a different age, everyone has a different training age, everyone has different experiences, different injuries, different goals, okay? Some people want to become good boulders, some people want to become good sport climbers, some people may want to become good filmmakers or stuff like that. I don't claim that I'm a good filmmaker, but people keep asking me, hey man, how did you get this shot? It looks amazing. So yeah, anyway, when it comes to the training, getting off track again, sorry. When it comes to the training, you have to give personalized training advice. And this is also what I've experienced when coaching people in my climbing gym. I do that here and there for, you know, it's a good way to earn a bit of additional money here and there. So I coach people at my climbing gym, showing them the campus board, the hangboard, the pull-up bar, and what kind of exercises you can do on all this stuff, you know. And you have to give personalized advice. You have to check out how strong the people are already, what can they do, how strong are their fingers, do they know that they shouldn't crimp fully indoors, and all this kind of stuff. I figured if I want to give training advice through this channel to a single person who's interested in improving their training game, making progress, getting a stronger climber, then I have to do it in a personalized kind of manner. So I figured, I wrote somewhere in the comments, it was half a year ago or something, that I offer personalized training plans. And some people kept replying on that and said, hey man, what does this cost, and so on and so forth. And I could get a couple of training plans done until now. So now I figured I have the practice to announce this on a bigger level. So I use this video, I use the 20,000 subscriber milestone here to announce that I do officially make training plans, training regimens for people, for everyday people like you and me, you know, people who see the channel and think, hey man, this dude could probably help me progress. Let's ask him if he has some advice. So if you're one of these kind of people, you might want to be interested in one of my personalized training plans. I write this kind of stuff based on a big, huge-ass questionnaire that I'm going to send you. It contains questions about how long do you already climb, what's your age, what's your weight, what's your experience, what's your hardest route, what's your hardest boulder, do you have all the training facilities available. All this kind of hustle is contained in this questionnaire, and you send me the answered questionnaire back, and I design a customized training plan over a period of mostly 3 months or 12 weeks, so roughly 3 months, and send it back to you. The reason why I picked this kind of period is because it's the most senseful period. After this period, it would make sense to re-evaluate things again and adapt the training program, you know, so that you always keep progressing. So let's talk a bit about the pricing on all these things. It's quite a lot actually. I will drop the bomb right here. It's 150 euros per training regimen. And the reason why I came up with this price, at the beginning it sounded crazy much for me, but I have to actually put a lot of work into this stuff. If you send me your questionnaire back, I will start creating a completely unique training plan just designed for you based on your answers, and just this will take up a lot of time. I will think about sessions, the duration of sessions. I will explain the sessions in very detail so that you can do it really, so that you can perform them alone without the help of anyone else, except your belaying partner, of course, because someone has to belay you when you do sport climbing training and stuff like that. So that's that. And in my opinion, if you give a person a personalized training plan, then you have to keep somehow in touch with this person. You know, the person should have the possibility to tell you how is the progress going. Are there any problems with the plan? Is the training too much? Is it too little? Is it too intense? Is it too soft? You know, these kind of things should be re-evaluated throughout the program. And this is only possible if there is a constant back and forth between the trainer and the trainee. So if you get one of my personalized training programs, you will also, of course, get free email interactions with me, so that I can help you if something goes wrong, or if something is not fitting properly, or if there are any injuries that are coming up or something like that, you know. So the whole consultation part is included into the price, and this again additionally takes a lot of time as well, according to my experience at least. So if I put all these hours together, I figured 150 euros per training regimen is actually pretty okay when I compare it to what I could earn in my climbing gym, you know, with the same effort, with the same hours that I put in. And it's a type of income that I don't really rely on, you know. It's a kind of service. I see it as a service from me to you as my audience, that I want to put out in the context of this channel. If you think that I could help you in your progress, hit me up at plantbasedclimbing@gmail.com, and I will send you the questionnaire. You will send me the answers, and I create the training plan for you. And before I forget, please don't hit me up if you're already an 8C sport climber or an 8A, 8A plus boulderer or something like that. That's the level that I am currently struggling with myself, and I strongly believe in only taking the advice from people who actually display the results that you want to obtain, you know. If I can't display the results, if I cannot display the results that you want to obtain, don't take my advice. If you have the feeling you want to progress from 7B to 7C or from 7C to 7A, and you have the feeling that I could help you with that, I think I could probably help you with that. So maybe a personalized training program of mine would make sense for you. If you want to progress from 8C to 9A, that's something I am currently struggling myself. I don't know how to do it, so I can't really give you reliable advice on this question, you know. So much about that. And finally, I want to mention that I don't really have a high-level education when it comes to trainer education or something like that. I have the very basic trainer education to be able to lead courses in my climbing gym, so that I can show people the pull-up bar, the campus board, and all this kind of stuff, show them some exercises. But I don't have a high-end education when it comes to sport climbing trainer, being a sport climbing trainer, or a bouldering trainer, a professional bouldering trainer, or stuff like that, you know. I know a lot of training theory because I read the books myself, but I don't have the education. That's just to be clear on that. But yeah, I'm entirely self-trained. You know what I can do. I'm climbing since 8 years. Unfortunately, I started very late. You know what I can do. You know what I'm able to do based on my uncut descent videos. So now it's up to you to evaluate if this is something where you think, if this is some guy who you think could help you progress yourself. If that's the case and you have the money, hit me up on plantbasedclimbing@gmail.com. and we will arrange something. So yeah, that's basically it. One more thing, I will have to limit the number of people that I can coach simultaneously to 10, because I figured when I have to coach more than 10 people simultaneously, then the quality of my coaching will suffer, because it simply will take up too much time. So there is a cap at 10 people. At the moment I'm coaching 2 people, so that means there are 8 more positions available at the moment. Oh, and what I also forgot to mention, since there are only 8 positions available, for the case that now more than 8 people want to apply for a training program, I will simply treat this as first come, first serve. I want to reward the people that are loyal to the channel more than the people who have more money in their wallet. I just as well could say, you know, the guys that make the highest offers get the training programs and the rest go away. No, I don't want to make it like that. I want to reward loyalty to the channel. If you are the fastest guy in line, you will get the training program. Simple as that. So I think that's basically it about the third big topic of the 20,000 subscriber milestone, the online coaching. So a little recap here: the book, the gear list, the online coaching. You will find links to every single one of these upgrades of the channel, if you want to call it like that, in the video description down below, and also in the video description of every upcoming video, so that people can easily have access to this kind of information, and so on and so forth. So all that's left to say is basically one more time, thank you guys so much for sticking around with me all that time. And yeah, 20,000 subscribers, damn, that's already a lot. I can't wait to make more videos. I'm more psyched than ever. I can't also wait to head into the inland of Mexico to explore, you know, the cracks there, and explore the jungle and all this kind of stuff. So I'm really psyched, I have to say. So now I think this video is definitely a long one. If you stuck around until the end, amazing. Thank you so much for your attention. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please check out the stuff in the video description down below. It was a lot of work to create it, so it would be awesome if it also reaches the people, reaches the audience. And then the last thing that's left to say is I will see you in the next video, and I'm really psyched. Oh god, the heat. I think the heat is already cooking my brain. I should finish off this video. Cultivate